everybody, and welcome back to my channel. So today's video is the long-awaited decluttering video. Well, actually, was it really long-awaited? I don't know, but today's video is going to be me showing you products that I am getting rid of. Actually, not to be confused with an empties video, because these are products that I haven't necessarily finished up, but they're things I'm getting rid of for one reason or another. Maybe I have found something that works better for me. Some of these are expired and old, so they're not necessarily disappointing and they're not necessarily empty, but my collection, I'm constantly getting new things, so I have to get rid of some of the excess, you know what I mean? So if you want to see some of these products I'm decluttering, don't forget to please subscribe to my channel, hit the notification bell so you know when I post, and without further ado, let's go ahead and get on into it. Okay, so I have a couple of skincare-esque items first that I think I should just go ahead and get started with. So this is the Wander Beauty Liftoff Purifying and Brightening Face Mask. Looks like this, and there was nothing necessarily super wrong with this. I just never enjoyed really using it that much, I have to say. Not because I think it did anything adverse to my skin or anything bad, but the more I read about peel-off masks, the more I wanted to stray away from using them. They're not very good for your skin because when you peel them off, it kind of irritates it, and there are just so many more effective wash-off masks or sheet masks that I currently have in my collection that I actually enjoy the experience of better as well. So I got this in a BoxyCharm. It was nice for brightening, but I actually don't really like the feeling of a peel-off mask anyway. I don't like how like sticky and thick it feels, and then you just have to like peel it off. I know it's kind of fun at first, but for me, it never was really an even application anyway, so I had to wash off a lot of it regardless. So yeah, for that reason, I'm going to be getting rid of it. I have a lot of other masks that I like better for brightening and for purifying. No disrespect to Wander Beauty, I just peel-off masks are just not really it, and I don't think they're necessarily the best. Another skincare-esque item is this guy that I'm getting rid of and decluttering, and I've had this for I want to say like 2 years now, so I feel like it's time, especially since this has so many like potent ingredients. I definitely think it's time to get rid of it. This is the CEO Sunday Riley Protect and Repair Moisturizer. You guys have seen me talk about this in my, I think, 2018 skincare. This is great for the winter time, but it's extremely thick, and I think the contents are actually separating, if you can actually see like in there. So it makes me nervous to put it on my skin, especially since jars like this, every time you open it, the ingredients are subject to oxidation because they are exposed to air, so it decreases the potency of them every time you use it anyway. But I did like this cream. It is a little bit thick. It does have oils in it, which you may think for someone with oily skin I wouldn't like that, but surprisingly I didn't find this one to irritate my skin. It just feels super luxurious, super rich, so for that reason I definitely wouldn't be using it in these months anyway, and I would only use it in the winter months. But even then, I just use my First Aid Beauty Ultra Repair Moisturizer all year long. Even though that is considered more of a thick moisturizer, I think that does such a great job at hydrating your skin, and even during the summer months I use it because you can just get a really light layer. So yeah, I have to get rid of this. I think it's expired anyway. I liked it while I used it though. Something that's not expired is this guy right here. This is the Marijo Anti-Frizz Smoothing Serum. It's got these 10 capsules, which I've used a couple, but basically each of these capsules has like some oil in it. You just twist it and you just pour it into your palm. The problem with this is that this is way too much for me personally because I tend to get oily roots, so I can't use the full thing of this, and I feel bad like wasting it. So I feel like I'm gonna try to give this to somebody and see if they might want this instead. But this is great because you are supposed to use it before you go in with your blow dryer or your heat styling treatments. It's just like a nice oil to help coat your hair, to help nourish your hair. But for me, I just personally felt like it was too heavy, and I don't heat style my hair too often, so I'm gonna find these a better home for somebody who does heat style their hair often and does blow dry their hair. I honestly don't, unless like I'm going out and I want to wash my hair and do the whole shebang before, which is not very often, especially during these times, so I'm just not using that, so I want to give it a better home. Another thing I'm decluttering is this Yes to Coconut Hydrate and Restore Protecting Hand and Cuticle Cream. I've had this for over 2 years now, and there's nothing necessarily wrong with it, but first of all, the smell is kind of off-putting, and I don't know if it's always smelled this way. It's not necessarily coconut. It's like Eucerin coconut, if that makes sense. I don't know. I don't want to be mean because I do like this brand as a whole. It's got coconut oil and shea butter. It's 97% natural, and I don't think that's necessarily bad, but I have so many other hand creams that I've either bought myself or gotten from somebody else, or just floating around my house at all times, that yeah, I just don't feel the need to hold on to this because I don't use it. So now let's move on to some makeup items. I have two of these NYX Soft Matte lip creams that I just don't use anymore. And these are really old, but I still do really like and use my NYX Soft Matte lip cream in Abu Dhabi. I just think it's these colors. These were some of the first products I ever purchased. I have the shades Madrid and San Paulo, and I do like the formula of these, but I think I just prefer something more long lasting, something more matte for like a bold color. This one wasn't as bad as this one. I found that this one was really streaky and really patchy. And I personally have better colors like in my collection. I just wasn't using these, so I just feel like I want to get rid of them and make some room because I want to only keep what I can adequately fit into these two. Like, you know, and it's already getting full as is. I have to fit these two, and I'm always getting new lip products, so I just felt like it was time to part with those. A couple other lippies. I have two Ofra ones I'm getting rid of. One of them is Nude Potion. This is in collaboration with Nikki Tutorials, and there's nothing wrong with this. I love Ofra's formula, but this is just like too nude for me. I could never wear this on its own, and I think I actually did wear it once on its own in a video, and I just look so washed out. My skin tone and my complexion, I just feel like is a little bit too deep for this to be like my go-to perfect nude. And even when I want to brighten something up in the middle of my lips, I'll just opt for a gloss like this one. This is by Steve Laurent, or I have this lipstick by Essence that is a go-to like nudening shade for me. You can even see compared to this is way deeper, but you would be surprised all over my lips. This looks super nude. So just kind of gives you a point of reference and some perspective there. But yeah, I love the formula. I have a bunch of Ofra liquid lipsticks. I really like it. It's no shade to Ofra or Nikki. It's just this color personally I need to get rid of because I don't use it. And also same for this. This is the, I think this is also in collaboration with Nikki Tutorials. I have Coven by Nikki Tutorials and I'm keeping it because I love it. It's perfect for like a nice grungy fall metallic Halloween look. But this one in Spell, there's something about the duochrome in this that's first of all too much, and it just looks unflattering on my skin tone personally, just because it's like so fluorescent, and I think because my skin tone is like warm yellow olivey, it just clashes and something does not look good. I so wish I could pull off a bright orange lip, red orange, something of that sort. I have a couple in my collection that I like and I'm holding on to because I really want them to work, but this combined with like the duochrome holographic effect, it didn't work for me, so gotta say goodbye. This Colourpop Ultra Matte Lip in the shade Donut is one that I have to say goodbye to because I also don't use it. This color is just not it for me. It's too pink, and you would think, oh, that's like fun for summer and really bright. But again, it clashes with my skin tone. It doesn't look good. I have so many other bold pinks in my collection. For example, Dose of Colors Flirty. You can see this is more of a cool tone pink compared to this, and I love this on my lips. I think it looks way better. I did a video with it. I'll link it above and below, and you can see it on my lips firsthand. This on my lips just not good. Okay, and then a gloss I'm getting rid of is this Essence XXL Shine gloss. Again, I do this thing with my lip glosses where if I have too many that don't fit in here, I tell myself like I gotta get rid of something. I gotta purge something I don't use, something that's old, because I know that I'm gonna constantly keep buying stuff and I don't want to become a hoarder more than I am and just have my collection just like out of control and like overflowing. So yeah, so this is the Essence XXL Shine lip gloss. Honestly, the writing has rubbed off so much. Okay, this is in the shade 08 Glamour to Go. This is like super sticky, and again, there's something about the pale iridescent gloss that I don't really like, and you can see it's like kind of chunky. I do love the Shine lip gloss. This is just like their pure clear lip gloss. It gives you a really nice wet look. It's very cushiony on your lips. I'll throw this on almost every day when I'm just working from home if I want something to really like envelop my lips in moisture and not feel like it's super tacky, because it's not. This is awesome. I've spoken about it in a favorites video. I love that formula. It's just this one I don't like, and it says it's XXL Shine. Not my favorite, so for that reason I am going to be getting rid of it. Okay, let's take a break from the lip products and talk about a blush that I'm going to be decluttering. This is the BH Cosmetics Floral Blush Duo Cheek Color. I like this blush. I just For a cool tone blush, I prefer something like what I'm wearing today. I am wearing the Balm Down Boy blush. This is a lot more pigmented. I will show you comparison, actually, how they swatch. And it's really weird because when you swatch this, it looks like, oh, you get color on your finger, but when you swatch it on your hand, you get absolutely nothing. And it's the polar opposite of the BH Cosmetics blush in the shade Caribbean Coral. This one is almost too pigmented. Like, you can see right there the difference. Like, this just shows up. This one did not at all in the shade Fiji Fun. So the Down Boy blush by the Balm is much better, much more pigmented. You can see color actually. So yeah, I mean, you can make this work. I just feel like because I have so many other products in my collection, I just don't see the need for it. So I'm getting rid of it. Okay, and then moving on to a brow product. This is the Essence Brow Marker Semi-Permanent Brow Pencil. I'm getting rid of this because it's weird. It like turned green. And I don't know if it's necessarily like done or in empties, but I just wouldn't, I can't really use this anymore, so I'm getting rid of it. If you want something similar, something that I have been loving is the Milani Weekend Brow Pen or something. That one is great if you want to just like do little light strokes and it'll give you like a nice tint. Semi-permanent, you can really comb it out and you don't have to really like fill in your brows like you would with a pencil all the way. This I'm just getting rid of because it's kind of old, and I think there are better products out there that are like this, even though this is extremely affordable and I love Essence. Okay, moving on to a face product. This is the e.l.f. Glitter Drops, I think, and this is great. This is still pretty much full. I just don't use it as much. I kind of forget that it's there. It deposits like a really nice like kind of sheen, and I almost feel like I want to keep it because like look at that, it's like really beautiful. They're like liquid highlighting drops. The problem is that it is very oily. Obviously it's a freaking cream oil, so to be expected, but because I wouldn't use this, like I guess I could use it like on my collarbones and stuff, but I have so many other products that I would just use. I don't feel like I need to keep this. I would never be able to apply this on top of my powdered skin, kind of like the Cream Shop highlighter I tried on in my BoxyCharm, which you will have seen if you watch that video. But yeah, I mean, this is nice. It's just not something worth keeping in my collection personally because it's a little bit oily for me. I have other products in my collection that I think do better, and I don't need this, even though it's so small. So for that reason, I'm getting rid of it. I don't think it's bad. I think if you have dry skin, you might really like this. And if you want like a nice kind of go-to starter highlighter that's liquid and creamy, you might really like that. Okay, I have 4 lip liners I am getting rid of. The first one is this LA Girl lip liner in the shade Cabaret. Nothing really wrong with it. It's just not as pigmented as I would like a lip liner to be. And again, I have so many lip liners in my collection that I just feel like these are extraneous at this point. So the point of a decluttering video to me, in my opinion, is to make room for the new and just kind of get rid of stuff that you don't find yourself using anymore. Not necessarily that they're bad, it's just things that, you know, we all change and our preferences change. So yeah, there's that one. And then this is the Essence lip liner in the shade Satin Mauve. I do like these lip liners and there's nothing really wrong with this. I just have other lip liners in my collection that last longer. And again, my lip liner drawer was getting so full, I just didn't see the need to keep this. And then this Kokie retractable lip liner in the shade Warm Nude. It's really hard to get pigment off. Even though it's like a retractable formula, you really have to dig in there. And honestly, even when I would apply it to my lips, it took so much time for color to deposit. So for that reason, I'm just gonna get rid of it. I mean, like the Milani lip liner is so good. The Colourpop lip liner is better. I don't see a need to keep this one. Okay, and then we have one eyeliner product I am decluttering. This is the Rimmel Exaggerate waterproof eye definer in the shade in purple. First of all, Rimmel's no longer cruelty free. Second of all, this is old. And third of all, it takes forever. I know it looks like you have pigment right away, but it takes forever for this to show up on my eyes. And I much prefer this purple eyeliner. First of all, it's by NYX. This is in the shade Deep Purple. It's a violet shade. And this one is just way better, way creamier, cruelty free. So I don't feel the need to keep this one. I think for colored eyeliners, black eyeliners, yes, because it's a staple. Like I think it's good to have backups of. But for something colored that I don't use very often, I just feel like I don't want to hang on to something that I already, one, don't use very often as is, and number two, already have a dupe of, so therefore decreases the chance of me actually using it even more, if that makes sense. Last but not least, I am getting rid of, sorry, it looks like I'm naked, but I'm wearing a top. I'm getting rid of the Milani Make It Last Matte Setting Spray. This is just something that I'm getting rid of because it is a little bit old. I've had it for 2 years now, and the expiration date is 12 months. This also has denatured alcohol in it, so that already is kind of like a testy ingredient. I don't like using setting sprays that often with denatured alcohol, coupled with the fact that this is old. To me, it was okay. I think it did a good job of making my skin matte, but I actually just recently bought this Morphe Mattifying Continuous Setting Mist, and I have a love-hate relationship with this. Maybe I'll talk about it more in detail, but essentially the formula is great, the applicator not so much. So I already have this as a matte setting spray. And this is old, and you know, when you shake it, if you don't shake it enough, it does deposit like these like droplets all over your face, and they're like white because of the charcoal, and it can kind of ruin your makeup, which is actually I think the case for a lot of matte setting sprays. But yeah, I am gonna get rid of this one because I just don't have room for it in my collection, and honestly the Morphe Continuous Setting Mist is the only one that I need, so I didn't feel it was worth holding on to something that I knew was old, that I don't use very often. All right, everybody, and that is it for today's decluttering video. Let me know if you want to see more videos like this in the future. Let me know your thoughts on any of the products that I mentioned. If you have decluttered things recently, what did you declutter? Let me know. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, please, and let me know what other kind of videos you want to see in the comments below. But yeah, thank you guys for watching, and hopefully I will see you in my next one. Bye.